Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak that's set to release on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC on June 30th. And today we're going to be checking out a couple of brand new attacks and brand new mechanics thanks to the introduction of brand new Wirebug types. This is essentially Capcom's way to be able to give us not just more flexibility and diversity whenever you choose to be able to pick up a Wirebug that's out in the field. Remember that they're essentially endemic life forms that are out in the field, and whenever you pick up one, usually what you do get is an extra Wirebug to do either a brand new Silkbind attack, to be able to do a Wire Dash, Wire Fall, any of those brand new techniques that have been added into Monster Hunter Rise for quite a while. Now, what you're going to have the benefit of now, if you pick up one of these Ruby Wirebug or Gold Wirebug brand new Morphed Wirebug abilities, is that you're going to have added benefits to each one of them. Essentially what they're saying is that these are new type of Wirebugs that shine more brightly than regular ones. There are two types for each one, the Ruby Wirebug and the Wirebug. Whenever you capture one, it will grant you beneficial effects. So when it comes to, if you're seeing the video right now, whenever you pick up one of these Ruby Wirebug, the basically bonus you're going to get is mounted punishers do more damage. Now the mounted punishers are basically when you have to press two buttons, and when you've done enough attacks as you mount a monster, whenever you do the Wyvern Riding and you do a couple of attacks to it, you'll eventually get that little timer wheel in the center of your screen telling you to do kind of like a finisher. Basically those attacks are going to do more damage. That's basically what they're saying if you pick up one of these Ruby Wirebug they're out in the field. The gold one, however, you should be able to see that on the screen right now. The benefit to using that one is that Wyvern Riding attacks are more likely to cause monsters to drop more materials. Now, typically, whenever you attack a monster, whenever you're Wyvern Riding, they'll drop one material per attack for the first 3 attacks. So the max amount of materials you're going to be able to get typically with just a normal Wirebug that you could pick up on the game right now is just 3 materials. With this brand new gold wire morphed Wirebug is what they're calling it. The naming is really weird. Whenever you pick up one of those, you're going to be able to get 6 materials. Essentially, your first 6 attacks are going to be giving you extra rewards, essentially double bonuses. Now, do keep in mind that the drops from the monsters themselves are not necessarily the rare materials or anything. Usually are pretty much going to get scales and stuff like that, not the rare materials. But you know, any material is good enough, especially if you need it for the Wyverian to be able to trade in materials to be able to get, more neck pieces essentially. So, that's always a bonus. The more materials you have, the better. Now, they do mention here that there's going to be a shared effect tacked onto any hunter that picks up one of these either Ruby or Gold Morphed Wirebugs. And essentially what that means is that if you pick up either one, they're both going to have this shared effect added into it. And that is that basically when you attack a monster a couple of times, you're going to be able to have an easier time to be able to Wyvern Ride it. So it's going to take less attacks for you to be able to activate Wyvern Riding, and your Wirebug gauge will recover basically a little bit faster. So not only are you going to be able to have the option to be able to mount a monster a little bit better and a little bit faster, but remember, mounting is limited by time usually. So you can mount a monster rather pretty easily in the beginning of the hunt, and you don't get to mount a monster again for quite a while, if at all sometimes. So it is one of those things where you're going to be limited to it regardless. Although some people certainly have issues with being able to have the option to be able to ride a monster, they usually can't trigger it. So this is going to help you in that regard. But I think the better benefit is that the Wirebug gauge is actually going to recover faster. So, you're still going to be able to do Wire Dash, Wire Recover, sling yourself forward, Silkbind attacks, all of those things that are tied specifically to the Wirebug gauge is going to be beneficial. And remember, you still have a skill that's going to give you the option to speed up that recovery even faster. So that's all going to be beneficial to you for sure, especially some weapons that use Silkbind attacks quite a lot. This is going to be very beneficial to you, specifically to learn where the Ruby and either the Gold or the Ruby Morphed Wirebugs are going to be located. Now, as of right now, we do know that they're located in the Citadel. We have not necessarily seen them as of yet in the old maps, in the Monster Hunter Rise maps, Presumably they will be there. They will be, you know, appearing there, but we just don't necessarily know which locations as of right now. But presumably this is something that's going to get added in as well. So you should be able to see in the little gameplay clips that they posted. We have 2 brand new sets showcasing pretty much how these are going to work. Now there's a couple of things to note when it comes to each one of these gameplay clips. First and foremost, when you see the Ruby morphed Wirebug, you see the hunter actually wearing Tobi-Kadachi armor, and then he quickly mounts Blood Orange Bishitan. So, and then he's fighting like a Puke as well. You do see that, of course, this is the Tobi-Kadachi G rank armor, and they're actually wearing the Tobi-Kadachi bow as well. Presumably that is an upgraded bow, so you're going to have the option for that. One of the things you are going to notice, though, in the attack from Blood Orange Bishitan is that the damage that it does is pretty high. It's 163 per 3 or 4, I believe, and then he does an extra finisher for 653. So this is like when the Wyvern attack kind of like tosses you over when you've done the finisher, which is that extra damage that they mentioned. When you pick up this Ruby Morphed Wirebug, you're going to be able to do not just extra damage, but the monster itself is also going to be able to do extra damage. And you see that it definitely stacks up. When it comes to the Gold Morphed Wirebug, you're actually going to see the hunter wearing Tigrex GX armor. This is pretty much the Master Rank, G Rank Tigrex armor. And you're also going to see the longsword, I believe, that they're wearing as well. That is the Tigrex longsword. This time they're going to be mounting up Lunagaron. And interestingly enough, you're also going to be able to see Barrieth appearing in the Citadel for the first time. We did not see this monster in the previous clip or anything like that appearing in the Citadel. Presumably this means that maybe most, if not all, monsters will make an appearance at the Citadel as well. That would be interesting. And what you do see there, of course, is that essentially every time he attacks Barrieth, you're seeing 2 items drop, and at the end they show a little clip where there's like 6 total item drops. So instead of 1 typical drop per attack, then you're going to get 2. So that's basically what they're saying. So there is going to be that added benefit as well. One of the things that I did kind of glossed over, but I did not notice originally, was that when the hunter actually unmounts the Blood Orange Bishitan in the first clip, you're actually going to be able to see him like on the upper right side of the screen. I should be able to show a still image on the screen right now. You actually get to see the icon for Blood Orange Bishitan is basically the same one as normal Bishitan, but it's now like orangey. So that is the only real difference. It seems that they're going to be reusing the same icons when it comes to the subspecies, which is a little bit of a bummer, to be quite honest with you guys, but I guess it is what it is. Now in the other clip that we actually got to see as well, you actually see the hunter once again riding Lunagaron, and this time around you're actually going to see him attack a Blood Orange Bishitan and pretty much just kind of pounce on it. This video was posted originally in the official website, and the hunter is wearing, I believe is a male hunter, wearing the brand new showcased Tetranodon Master Rank G Rank armor as well. So you know, you have a brand new look of that as well. And they're using some type of blade, but I can't quite tell. Maybe it's a sword and shield. Yeah, presumably. I don't know. I don't necessarily know those weapons all that well, but that presumably is what that is as well. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. It's interesting that they're adding brand new techniques in this regard, brand new attacks that are going to be able to like translate to you being able to do mounted damage, you know, Wyvern riding damage a little bit better, and hopefully that mechanic gets ironed out even further into the future. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.